Yo, what is good, YouTube? Today I'm using a meta loadout from each era of Warzone, meaning we are starting all the way back in Warzone 1, progressing to Warzone 2, of course MW3 Warzone, and then Warzone 4, aka BO6 Warzone. And my goal was just to see which era of Warzone had the best guns. If you enjoyed today's video, let's break 200 likes, subscribe, notifications turned on, and let's get into it. All right, so I'm here to show you guys what my Warzone 1 loadout is going to be. We have our SWAT 5.56, which is going to be the conversion to the Grau, and we're using the Lockman Shroud as our MP5, as the Grau MP5 was an absolutely lethal combo. People loved running it. And a general overview here, because I know a lot of people want to know what I run: Sim Shot, Throwing Knife, Mountaineer, Quick Fix, and Tempered, along with the Overkill Wildcard. This stays the exact same for absolutely every single loadout. Let's hop in here and show you guys how to build this out. So first thing we're gonna need to do is we're gonna go to the fire mods, and we're gonna have to throw on the SWAT 5.56 Grau conversion kit. This makes us essentially have the Grau 5.56 from way back in Warzone 1. The iron sights aren't identical, but it's still a really good gun, really fun to use. So let's build it out properly. First thing is going to be the muzzle. We're going to go throw on the mono suppressor, which is going to be on page 7 of the battle pass. For you guys that don't happen to have that, go ahead and unlock it. I know it might say unlocked at level none or whatever it might be for some of you guys out there, so go ahead and do that. Skipping the barrel because we can't really add anything on there. We're gonna go throw on the vertical foregrip here, which is the absolute best thing you can run here to help us with our overall horizontal recoil control. This is gonna be truly a laser beam, really fun to use. Magazine, we're gonna go throw on the full auto extended mag since it's the only option in here. And then last but not least, we're gonna go into the rear grip section, and we're gonna throw on the commando grip, which is kind of just gonna help us out, just be a little bit more sped up, since this is gonna be a decently aggressive gun. Like, you can take people out at pretty much close, medium, and long range. Not really recommended for close range, but overall, this right here is just an absolute heater setup. This video is sponsored by MMOEXP, home of the best Black Ops 6 and Warzone services for cheap bot lobbies and fast camo unlocks, which you can go right over to the site and use code CHUCK at checkout for 6% off. Now hopping in here to make the Lockman Shroud into the MP5. This is like the most lethal version of the MP5 in the game right now, and obviously the MP5 shredded, so I wasn't gonna make it, make use out of it with like the Lockman sub or something like that. The Shroud is still the best version of the MP5 in this game, maybe minus the C9, but I didn't want to go ahead and do that. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Jack Decimator kit on here, just because this is gonna turn this from a 3-round burst into full auto. Now we're going to go ahead and kind of build this thing out to be really solid, because you can have a suppressor in here by default, which is really cool. So we're just going to go ahead and skip the optics, skip the barrel section, go straight for the underbarrel. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through on the Merc foregrip, as this is, obviously what we ran on the MP5. We ran the Merc foregrip. I think there was maybe a marksman grip or something like that, or I can't remember what the other one was that people like to run on the MP5, but this is essentially what it was. Magazine section, we're gonna go throw on the 40-round mag. We're not going for that 50 because that's not authentic to the MP5. So we're gonna go throw on that 40-round mag. Now we're gonna go back in here to the stock section, and you guys can go ahead and run the FT Mobile stock if you want to be a little bit better with it. But I ran the LM stockless mod, as pretty much everyone ran the no stock or the collapsible stock on the MP5. That's just what you did. This is like the exact build for it. And then because we have one attachment left over to make ourselves just a little bit more useful, we're gonna go ahead and throw on the Kimura RYL33 laser light. And this right here is gonna kind of give you that laser, which is something else people also really like to run back in the day. So this right here is gonna be my full build, and that is my full loadout for Warzone 1. Now let's hop into the gameplay. This is an absolute cluster over here, brother. I got no good loot at all. Hold up, let me just, thank you. Yo, I just got a jackal. Oh, hey. Dude, what am I playing right now? Good Lord. Where are the plates at?
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I might have to start doing some ratty shit like this, Rebby. waiting around the corner and shit like that. Oh, on God. That's criminal. I mean, I just threw one down too, so I can't, you know, say too much, but...
Enemy UAV is online. Hostile UAV in the air. Kill confirmed.
Alright, you're down below. Come on in, come on in. Huh?
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
I'm playing this a little bit slower.
Target down.
Playing this just a little bit slower. We're gonna wait this out. Yeah, he's actually for real playing like that. Post up with a snipper. Alright, we have like great ground loot, but obviously
Friendly loadout.
it's not the main goal here.
Loadout drop headed your way.
I can't even grab my own loadout. The fuck did you? Where did the other guy come from? All right, hey, listen, I just had the full squad of you know, the shitty Avengers push me, so we're gonna drop in on in game over here, not get shocked at our one I just bought. This is already close enough in proximity to that.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy soldier incoming. Marks remaining operators. Hunt them down. Kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your
All right,
map. Get hunted.
that sucks.
You're back on station. Go get after it.
Let's see. Please don't be on my my one I bought. And we just got reflexes, which is really good. Especially the way everyone's been playing over here.
Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover. Enemy UAV is online.
I'm a little bit confused by that. What was I getting hit markers on? Who just got rezzed too?
Target down. Marking the rest of them. Gas is close.
Hey, I don't got that. Hold up, I just heard a sniper shot pop off.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map.
All right.
To hunt down the rest of
Teammate wants to come back in up here, that's fine. He's gonna get fried.
them. Kill confirmed. We've located the
Hey, well, he's got my stuff. What are we doing?
marks remaining operators from that.
Yeah, you guys are not me.
Hunt them down.
You guys are not me.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Only 25 remain.
I just adjusted my my ADS sensitivity, my ADS zoom sensitivity, and brother, I adjusted it down just a little bit, just because I felt like I want to be just slightly more accurate, you know, right now in this version of Warzone, just because everything is like so much more crucial now. The TTK.
Marks remaining operators from that squad.
I'm telling you, I've been feeling really good with it.
Target down.
Off gauge
Marking the rest of
autoloader.
them. Enemy UAV overhead. Fire sale active.
Ooh, fire sale.
Have been
No.
Get hunted.
Okay, fire sale's still going.
You're getting another chance. Weapons free.
That buy is still within reach.
Hostile UAV in the
I
air.
don't get caught in a goddamn tree.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Oh no.
Surgeon's window. Mark remaining operators in that squad.
Dude, that is so chizocked. All right, let's see. It is possible we could go back in and grab some stuff. Oh, that is looking horrible. It's looking god awful. We're gonna have to get a regain.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your track map. Get hunt. Enemies dropping into the AO. Target down. Marking the rest of them. Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down
Okay,
the rest.
we have for all intents and purposes regained.
Kill confirmed. Located the rest of them.
But
SDR awaiting target data.
still very much so
FFE, danger close.
need to grab our loadout. All right, we're gonna make the attempt. Ooh, okay, free loadout crate.
Advised, resurgence is no longer active. This is the key. You've got a loadout drop inbound.
I just really want my perks.
The area. Watch the skies.
I know.
Target grid empty.
Right, let's get off to the side here. Absolutely massive regain on my part. We big chilling in the corner. That don't sound good.
Gas is inbound.
I'll be back.
Oh. That blast trap kind of set you, gave you away. We got a lot of guys probably rotating in from up top. Rotating in from kind of like, I don't know what those houses are called. Grandma's, Lighthouse, Rat Tower. Oh, he's up top. I'm just, hey, listen, fellas, you gotta play this a certain way. Nice little Nick Merc skin.
I'll be
10
back.
remaining. Keep pushing.
Come on through.
I'll be back.
All right, now let's get this. Let's get a little bit of high ground right here.
You've got gas moving in. 5 squads still operational in the AO.
Trying to get a little, maintain a bit of high ground for as long as I can.
I'll be back.
All right, got him. So they're gonna be chilling. Let's see where zone goes. Oh, it's gonna screw me. All right.
Four remaining. Moving ground, moving. 3 squads left in the war zone. Stay alert.
God damn, bro. Ooh, let's go! Man. 39-40 kills right there. That's how you play that. That is how you play that. I like that. Now hopping into arguably the most garbage era of Warzone. I shouldn't say arguably. It is the most garbage era of Warzone. I feel bad for you guys that missed Warzone 1 and started with Warzone 2 because you'll have missed out on so many good things there. But we have the TAC 56 and we have the MP7, aka the Vel 46 from that era. And let's hop in here and show you guys how to build this out. This is actually kind of a difficult gun to use nowadays. So I'm going to show you guys the most effective way to build this thing. Not really recommending this. This is a little bit tough. So we're gonna go through on the 17.5 Tundra Pro barrel. This is how we're building this out because I mean this is, you know, peak effectiveness to use this thing. Under barrel section, we're gonna go through on the VX Pineapple. The reason being is just because recoil control and fire aiming stability. This is not exactly what we ran like attachment wise, but they switched up all the different things that these attachments do since we only have, you know, 5 or 6 attachments per gun on BO6, whereas right now we have like 55 underbarrels for this. So all these essentially do the same thing, and some of them don't even do the same thing that they used to. Magazine, we're gonna throw on that 60-round mag as that's what we always ran. So I'm a 60-round mag kind of guy anyways. So I think that is indeed the move. I even forgot to go over here to the optics section. We're just gonna go, it's easier to go all the way down to the very bottom and then kind of scroll up a little bit. But we're gonna go up in here and find the aim op V4 because there's 79 optics. So the aim op is pretty much like the go-to during Warzone 2. Like if you weren't using the aim op or maybe the SC recharge down there, you were probably doing it wrong. So we're just going to use the aim op, and that's going to be the best way to do this. And then lastly, we're going to go into the stock section because this gun definitely needs a little bit of stability, and we're going to throw on that TAC Brute stock, which helps us overall with that. Slows you down a little bit, but overall makes this gun a lot more usable at longer distances. I would have gone for an iron sight build, but we didn't really use iron sights too much on this. It was always the aim op, and this right here is the most effective way to build it. Now, the MP7, on the other hand, is actually significantly better than the TAC 56 as, you know, a general MW2 gun. So this will be a lot more fun for you guys to use out there. So I think you'll enjoy using it if you happen to throw it on your loadouts. First thing we're gonna go do is we're just gonna throw on this Tango 228 barrel. This just extend out your overall range, makes it a lot better. It's not really actually showing up right now, but it gets you out to about that 13-ish meter mark, which is really cool. Under barrel section, we're gonna go down in here and throw on the Jack Slash. I know this is an MW3 attachment, but if you're gonna use this thing to make it really good and compete nowadays, this is definitely something that's very, very useful. So this is a really good way to build this thing out. You could use something else, probably maybe like an XRK Edge, even though that might be an MW3 attachment. Just go and throw on the Jack Slash. You'll thank yourself later. Magazine, we're gonna throw on that 50-round mag as there's absolutely no reason to throw on the 60. Just, I mean, look, we have our cons of only reload quickness, and then as soon as we go down to the 60, we get all these other ones, which are really bad. And getting those first shots nowadays in Warzone counts more than ever, so we don't really want to slow ourselves down more than we have to. And 50 rounds is perfectly fine. Rear grip, we're gonna go throw on the Schlager Soldier Grip, ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, all great things. You don't even notice the recoil control, you know, cons. You're just not gonna feel it. And lastly, in the stock section, we went and threw on the Demo RTX, which is going to be the most prime way to run this thing, where it's going to have very little to no recoil, can have great mobility. If you want to go for the collapse stock, you can, but keep in mind it's going to have a lot more recoil to deal with. So slap that on there. This right here is going to be my full build for it, and that is going to be my MW2 Warzone 2 loadout. All right, fellas. Oh my goodness, we are wasting no time. We found a lot of bread, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy it.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that.
Yeah, this guy, oh, he also found his loadout. Well, that sucks, brother, because I'm just
Hostile UAV in the area.
grabbing this, and honestly, I'm gonna leave your shit down there. It's gonna be way better than whatever I got.
UAV standing by.
We're returning you to the front. Earn this.
I may or may not have just died in one of the most bot way possibles to one of the worst players. Being that guy right here.
Target down. Marking the rest of them.
So yeah, we're cutting that out. You guys aren't gonna see that one. Y'all just don't need to see that. We got our tack. I was trying to use this a bit of a different way, a bit of a different style setup. I just don't think ultimately it was working that great. So I'm trying to use this a bit of a different style. I was trying to use like an iron sight build, and I was like, this is just not gonna work, you know. I wonder if these guys are gonna chow me.
Online.
Gotcha.
Mark the remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Enemy destroyed.
There we go.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunted.
Outplaying people, cause them to get, you know, trapped in that sprint to fire.
Hostile UAV in the area.
I thought he was gonna go around. I thought he was gonna go through the other window, so I was gonna pop back out and get his ass, but
Get ready. You redeploy.
that's fine. We're not gonna go back in there. We're not gonna stress it. Try and get that loadout again. Or to get my guns again there.
Loadout drop headed your way.
We'll see. Get anything good right here? This is always the good regain tactic. If I could guarantee, like, I think at least $1,000 on me.
Good kill. One at the back squad on your tac map. Get hunting. Target down. Marking the rest.
Well, thank you for that.
Enemy UAV is online.
You had a pretty trash setup here, though, on this, unfortunately.
On the way.
So, what do we got? I mean, obviously, you know, SMG AK, not bad, right? Did I get that? Did I get that full? Don't know. Don't really care too much. We got a lot of people probably coming back up in here for these loadouts. I'm guessing mine is probably stacked with about 3. I think it's about
Enemy destroyed.
max 4 in an area.
Map to hunt down the rest of them.
Scavenger low-key's become one of my favorite perks to pick up off the ground.
Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Gotcha.
Target down. Marking the rest of them.
All right, get up in here.
25 Enemy destroyed.
Why on guys green earth when I want to swap out my gun through the window?
Losing ground. Moving.
All right, anything good in here for me? We'll take that mask. We got $21,000. That was not a team wipe, so they're gonna be coming back.
UAV available for that team.
Fuck you.
UAV standing by.
Okay, he's AFK or something.
Kill confirmed. Located the rest of them.
His teammates may be AFK up there. I don't know. We have another dude right up in here.
Mission timeline expired. UAV exiting the AO.
Hello.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Dude almost just took my ass out.
From that squad. Hunt them down.
Right.
I'd love it if I could hit some more shots at range. That'd be just wonderful.
Overhead.
They're like everywhere, bro.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get
What the hell is this other Ninja Turtle doing up here?
enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Target down. Marking the rest of them. Fire sale active. Buy station prices. Hostile UAV in the area.
Too many people.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your
Do we even have a most wanted over here too?
incoming LDBR.
Cluster, that's probably gonna go for my ass. I know that.
I got you. I clutch you like this. I'm dead.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
And Resurgence about to end. We gotta be a little bit smart with it.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
I don't know why people be grabbing that most wanted, bro.
Enemy soldier incoming.
There's almost no reason for that.
Coming up.
You've got gas moving in.
I can't go with you. You're coming up there.
See, when people be in game chat calling out, it does help me out. It calls out where their team. Ooh. Calls out where their teammates are.
That squad. Hunt them down. Fire sale's done. Prices are back to normal.
They in the basement. They in the basement.
Brother, it is just me. Goodbye. Hold up, come on.
Resurgence is close. No more second chances.
All right, we'll move to the other side. There's at least a couple of them stacking it down here. We have someone on ship at least too.
Enemies are dropping
Ooh.
into the area. Watch the skies.
Okay.
Gas is inbound.
If only I could buy specialists, hey guys? If only I could do that. Alright, let's get up in here before those guys start taking more of a look at me. Which I did not help myself with that, but that was free.
12-gauge autoloader.
We'll take that.
UAV available for that team.
Fuck you,
Enemies
asshole.
dropping into the AO.
UAV standing by.
Nothing clean, right?
UAV
Want to get that big boy. Love that hip fire.
Supply crates have been restocked.
Better mask. Okay, he's running around just outside the street here. Gotta be careful.
10 remain. You're almost done.
No negative aim assist, literal negative. Dude, that just totally helped those shitters out. Oh, that is so annoying. I even want to mess with this right here. Not really.
5 squads still operational in the AO.
They'll have to move, but so will I. We're gonna try and zone this.
Your squad's in the top 5. Enemy UAV is online.
Popping Yui.
Plasma rifle in 40.
Okay, so we got one. Kind of up top, chilling almost, I want to call it.
Three squads left in the war zone. Stay alert.
TACOM, we're flying on fumes. UAV returning to tank.
Okay, we gotta focus on this guy to the left here too. Oh, he's bought back. Maybe it lands in on, maybe he lands in on that guy up top.
Enemy soldier incoming.
He's down.
Right.
Oh.
Phase.
Wait, what?
You were 1 of 5 remaining.
Okay. Hey, you know what? What do we get? 32? 32 is a pretty good game for that. I'll take that. You know, we'll take it. All right, so now we're out of the most garbage era of Warzone. We can get into the one that kind of redeemed it and made it significantly better and made it way more playable for a mass majority of people out there. So we have the MW3 Warzone, which is going to be the MTZ-556 and the Static HV. I mean, the Static was undoubtedly the most dominant SMG probably in the entirety of Warzone 3, maybe minus the Super E, but the Static was indeed him, you know what I'm saying? So let's show you guys how to build out the MTZ. Not sure why it's glitching out. This game loves to glitch out. So first thing, the optics section, we're gonna go down in here, and I think it's gonna be fairly decently down in here. It's gonna be like down into the 40s. We're gonna run that Jack glassless optic. You either ran the MTZ with iron sights before, it kind of got nerfed a little bit, or you ran it with the Jack glassless. So this was like, of course, the most prime thing you could do was run the Jack glassless on any MW3 AR, even SMGs. So go ahead and slap that on there. Muzzle section, we're gonna go in here, and the Quartermaster was really, really good. And you could definitely get away with using that. I just wanted something to have a tad bit more range. So I went down here and I threw on, which I'm gonna call it the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor. Looking back at it, maybe a little bit of hindsight for better recoil control purposes, I probably could have gone for the Quartermaster. So VT7 or Quartermaster is going to be good if you want to keep it very authentic to the overall era. Barrel section, we're gonna go throw on the MTZ Clinch Pro Barrel. We don't really need any of this extra stuff down here. Like, I don't even know what those things are. I think they definitely changed the name of some of these things, as I don't remember any of these in here, but overall, this is still gonna be the best way to do it. This gets you a little bit more range, but this, you know, doesn't slow you down nearly as much, and we don't really need to have all that extra stuff. So the Clinch Pro Barrel is indeed the move. We're gonna skip the underbrow section, go straight to the magazine, throw on the 50-round drum. Then lastly, we're gonna go to the stock section. We're gonna go throw on the MTZ Marauder stock, which helps us significantly with our gun kit control and our recoil control. Don't need any of this other stuff in here. Not beneficial, not useful. Just go ahead and throw that on there. That's going to be your best version of the MTZ. As far as the static goes, you can build this thing out pretty much like very similar to how we used to. So we're going to go in here and we're going to go, it's like all the way second from the bottom. I was just having trouble finding this thing since I'm trying to build these from scratch for you guys, but we're going to use the Jack glasses once again, as this was so widely used. I mean, every single meta static build probably had a Jack glasses or like a Nightmare Model 2023 on it. Like if you weren't running that, you basically were running like maybe like a weird iron sight build that had like, you know, maybe a movement sort of kind of vibe to it. But overall, you're probably running the Jack glassless. Muzzle, we're gonna go in here and we're just gonna throw on the Bruin Pendulum. And the reason we're doing this is because, you know, you could run the Zeman, you could run the Quartermaster, but of course it slows down your ADS speed and your sprint to fire speed, which are two huge things. And also because the way these guns move, the MW3 guns, it's not advantageous to slow yourself down like that. So we're gonna do this to kind of control the recoil, and this will really be kind of like our only deviation to, you know, making something actually, you know, good. Barrel section, we're still going to go for the Auger 840 light barrel, which is still the move on this thing. You got to speed yourself up. It doesn't mess with your range at all, so we're throwing that on there. Under barrel, we're going to go down here and use, of course, the Jack Slash. That is indeed the move for this thing. And lastly, you guys should know what I'm talking about in this next attachment, the Sprat 34 light stock. This is what you should be running. Not that no stock, none of this other crap in here. Run that Sprat 34, and that right there is going to be your full static HV build, and of course, your full MW3 Warzone loadout.
Enemy dropping into the AR.
We're gonna let them have that up there real quick.
Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
I'll gladly take a nice little iron sight cipher though.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map.
That's a goddamn thing. We're not using that trash.
Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Bro got a little bit mad.
Destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Don't make me wipe your whole team right now.
Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
All right, good choice not to like just push that up like that.
Right.
Target down.
Ouch.
Marking the rest of them.
Dude dropped in, just broke his ankies.
Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Yeah, I knew my ass was about to be grass if I stayed out there. What do we got right here? You know what? Obsidian C9. That's my fault. Straight up my fault. I need to figure out how to do the new camo swap. There is a camo swap that you can do. I just don't know how to do it. All right, so prime idea is not to drop back in right there where I just died.
LDBR ready for launch.
Yikes.
You're losing ground. Moving.
Just trying to get a reload in here real quick. All right, sauce this in.
Over. LDBR inbound. Enemies are
Come on. Oh, actually got someone down from that.
Mark remaining operators.
Wow, I got a full.
Hunt them down.
One by artillery fire. POM.
Oh Lord.
Marking the rest of that
Oh Lord.
map. Get hunting.
Oh, did not let me just do that to y'all.
Rest of them.
You know what? That's probably a better way of dealing with that.
Precision airstrike available.
I'll be back.
Have fun.
Got a loadout drop inbound.
We had $10,000 though, so it is definitely time. Wow. Did everyone grab like specialist bonus over here or something? Like, and obviously you can't buy it, but like, did everyone just somehow manage to snag it?
Hostile airstrike incoming.
Fuck you.
Kill confirmed. We've located the rest of them. Good kill.
Nice.
Marking the rest of that squad on your
Yeah, I didn't mention it as soon as I grabbed it yet, but we definitely got our MTZ, got our static. I mean, listen, that's a wicked angle. Wow.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. We've got 10 squads active in the
I mean, if you're talking about using like something that was the most meta, you know, for MW3 Warzone, you got to be talking about using the static.
from that squad. Hunt them down. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunted.
I'm just trying to reload. Might be a little bit faster than what my aim can do. But I still hear you a mile away.
Target down.
Gauge
Marking the
auto
rest of
loader.
them.
Alright, we got 23 with 18 up right now. Let's
Inbound.
go ahead. Ooh. Hey, yeah, come on.
UAV standing by.
Right.
UAV
Hey, you can kind of push that if you want. I did not want to dive. I think the whole squad of stackers probably from control rotating up in here. Let's third
Dropping into the
let's
AR.
third party this a little bit.
Thanks for the work. UAV
Nice drop in.
Come on, they crack, they coming.
Y'all about to get like super mixy. All right, let's try and get in here.
One down, one down.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
They're down below me in showers.
UAV is bingo fuel. Returning to base.
All right, I'm about to get in the middle of something I don't want to be in the middle of.
Enemy UAV up ahead. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Let's let's get behind these dudes.
Buy station prices are adjusted.
Hey, I guess GG's for listening to the audio cues on that one. All right, that's actually crazy. My loadout's up here, not next to like anybody. Hey, nope.
Resurgence window is ending.
Okay.
Watch your six.
That's a bad spot for them to be in. All right, I'm gonna try and drop in.
Moving. Target down.
Well,
Phased plasma rifle in 40-round range.
you know, honestly, I'll give him some props. He's trying to booby trap that. I need to start putting. You know what? I might have to take out Mountaineer and start putting on reflexes, dog. The amount of mines and shit that are on the ground now,
Fire sales over. Adjusted price.
you know, I think it's getting to be a little bit too much for me to justify running Mountaineer.
UAV standing by.
Nothing clean.
UAV
Right.
available for tasking.
Yo, what? That was the weirdest dead slide I think I've gotten. Like somehow,
Deactivated.
I don't know.
This is the end game.
Priority tasking requested.
Right.
UAV exiting AO.
That's totally my fault, dude. That is totally my fault. Straight up. 24 kills, 18 up. I could have done better. I just had a bad chow. And last but not least, we have our current era of Warzone here with the CR56 AMAX and the KSV. So the AMAX, you know, you could have used it for, of course, Warzone 1, but I felt the Grau would be great for that. And the AMAX right now is the hardest hitting AR in the current version of Warzone. So I wanted to save it for that. But let's hop in here and show you guys how to build this thing out. Very, very fun gun to be able to use, and it's actually a no recoil laser beam. I love this build I'm about to show you guys. So first thing, the Volzinski reflex. I've been loving this thing. You guys can use kind of whatever red dot you want to, but this is an absolute heater. Super, super good. Muzzle section, we're throwing on that compensator, not the mono suppressor. I think the mono suppressor is good, but overall, I think this compensator is going to be a little bit better for probably a majority of people out there recoil wise. Barrel section, I would run the reinforce a lot of the time, but I ran the gain twist, and I'm telling y'all, this thing, I think it hits a little bit harder with the gain twist barrel on there. Like, no BS, I think it does. So we got that. Under barrel, we're throwing on that vertical foregrip. You guys kind of know the drill on that one. I mean, we always run that vert. And then magazine, we're gonna go throw on extended mag 2, which gets us 60 rounds in the mag. If you really want to, you can go for extended mag 1, but overall, extended mag 2 is what we're running on this bad boy. So this right here is like a absolute killer setup. Now, as far as the KSV goes, this is probably like your number 1 to like number 3 SMG. There's different variances to what people like to classify as number 1 between the KSV, the SOG, the C9, you know, all this sort of stuff, the compact. People like the different things, but this just has that steady TTK like the entire way through, so it doesn't drop off. So it's really nice for that. There's no sort of like drop off based on where you hit people. So first thing we're gonna do is the barrel section. We're gonna go through on that long barrel, just increase out the overall damage range on this thing. Gets you out to about that 17.8 meters, which is phenomenal. We like that for that those closer range engagements. Under barrel, I want to throw on the Ranger foregrip. I don't think you need the vertical. You guys can go for the vertical if you want to, but I like the Ranger. Magazine, I'm going to use extended mag 2, which is going to help me get to 50 rounds in the mag. I don't ever use extended mag 1. It's just not beneficial. And for the rear grip section, we're going to throw on that ergonomic grip. You guys can experiment around by using the commando if you want to, but I think probably for this specific instance, the ergonomic is going to be better. Then lastly, in the stock section, we're using the beautiful Infiltrator stock. So this right here, absolutely love this build. This is probably one of my favorite, most consistent SMGs to run, and this is like probably my favorite, most consistent overall loadout to use. All right, my goal was basically not to drop control off rip. I did die up here, but honestly, acceptable.
Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them. Good kill. Marking the rest.
Especially given the way I just played it.
Target down.
I'm starting to think that maybe dropping control with this this TTK is not necessarily the greatest idea. So
Enemy destroyed.
I don't hate this sight on the KSV. I don't. Like, it could be a lot worse. Yes.
Mark remaining operators.
I like this ground loot variant though. Reminds me of the Kilo we'd run in MW 2019 multiplayer.
Enemy
No
destroyed.
stock, you know.
Attack map to hunt down the rest of them. 10 squads active in the field. Kill confirmed.
This shit beams.
Mark remaining operators from hunt them down.
No, damn, I was hitting my shots. See, having good ground loot makes all the difference in the world. We're gonna drop kind of back in by grandma's. That's not that bad of an area at the moment. Oh, and a good crate.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that
Snipers though.
attack map. Get hunted.
All right, we can deal with this.
Enemy UAV is online.
Okay. Reminder to myself that they're going to be camping that, looking that area.
Nothing clean, right.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Ooh, key card. Alright, so how much are we gonna...
Only 25 left. Keep up the good work.
Oh, that nigga
Oh.
got fired.
Bounty target's got
Damn, I just slid right back into his shots.
time for vengeance.
I hoped he was gonna stop firing at some point. Nope. Alright. Goal right now, I could probably just taken him out the sky right there, but we're just gonna try and drop back into
Enemy
the showers here. This has actually been already ran through.
Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV overhead.
Ooh, hello, hello. Damn, where do we go? I'm kind of disappointed. I guess he got wiped out or whatever.
Enemy soldier in front. Good kill. Marking the rest
KSP
of
ground loot gotta be one of my favorite guns to pick up for sure. Oh, give me no.
Enemy UAV is online.
These guys are chatting shit to each other.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
As soon as we get our loadout, we're gonna start absolutely just frying. Let's get. I want to take these guys out first.
Fuck you, asshole.
The rest of them. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Dead slides.
I'll be back.
Watch the sky. Marks remain
Thank you, Mountaineer.
in that squad. Hunt them down. Good kill.
Fourth
Marking the
gauge
rest of that
overloaded.
squad on your tag map.
Why do I not just like that? Not getting that animation for plating is very frustrating.
Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Confirmed.
No, die. Ooh, thank you for coming in with that nice little Warzone trail. Were we over here? All right, UAV time.
UAV standing by.
I'll be back.
Okay, someone is down there, but not really worth it for me to go for him specifically by himself.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tag map.
Thank you, I guess.
Rest of them.
Mission timeline expired. UAV exit AO.
Damn. I'm gonna see if I can get up here.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced.
Nigga, you talking about?
In the area.
Fuck you.
Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Ride. Come on. I was just like, can you just die for me? Oh my god, bro. I'm pinched. I'm pinched.
Mark remaining operators from that squad.
I'll be
Hunt
back.
them down.
Dweeb nerds up there. Hey, they're back talking trash again. Your homeboy ass.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Phased plasma rifle in 40 watt range.
Are they gonna be watching this? Oh god, he's talking about he's in the tower.
Enemy destroyed.
Fuck you.
God damn.
Good kill.
45
Mark the
minutes
rest of
left.
that squad
Two
on
bases
your
hiding.
map.
That was sketchy as shit. I think that was someone down there too.
Surgeons is close.
Yeah, and Resurgence is disabled too.
Supply crates have been restocked. Load up. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Yeah, they're going maybe a little bit nutty down below. My dome is about to be taken off.
Gas is inbound.
I'll be back.
Happy the way this game's been going so far. Yo, he's right. Yeah.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I knew someone was right there. GG's, buddy. Hey, I use that to my advantage.
Online.
All right, huge thing to do. Get up top here.
Only 10 left.
Yo,
For a walk.
let me drop. Let me drop. Let me drop.
I'll be back.
Gas is closing in. Hostile UAV in the area.
Okay, we're not gonna be going back up there. Not right now. Not that way, at least. Actually, let's get a better positioning.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Five squads still operational in the AO.
I normally just chow something, even with like, you know, a plate less or something if I, you know, had to, but the way these rooms are now, the way this TTK is now,
I'll be back.
hell no.
The AO. squads left in the war zone. Stay alert.
Do you have a better mask for me? Not really. Ooh. Oh my God. Let's go. Man, that's how you finish that out. That is how you finish that out. Man, love to see that, man. Hope y'all dropped a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all next time.